Okay, so we just finished up quadratics, but we're talking about polynomials today, and that's going to go a little deeper into quadratics, the stuff that's beyond like normal quadratics. All right, so which of the following are polynomials? A or B? Take a look at them. And note in the definition of polynomial that they can have adding and subtracting, and they'll have variables, and they'll have multiplying, and they'll have constant positive whole number exponents. So therefore, which one's a polynomial here, A or B? The answer is neither. You know why? This one here, I know a lot of you saw that and were like, oh, that's not a whole number, so therefore it's not a polynomial, and you're right, that's not a polynomial. But this isn't a polynomial either. Okay, here's why. This one right there, 7 over x. Now, what would that mean? That would mean 7 over x like this, or you could write that as 7x to the negative 1. Is that a positive exponent? No, it's a negative exponent. In case you forgot, when there's an x on the bottom like that, you could bring it up to the top and make it x to the negative 1, and therefore that's not okay. That's not a polynomial. All right, here, question, polynomial or not? 7x squared, polynomial or not? And I know some of you are thinking, poly means many. How could that be a polynomial? It is a polynomial, even if it has only one term. So that's a polynomial. How about that? Polynomial still? All right. How about that? Still a polynomial. Yep, okay. How about now? Still a polynomial? Yep. How about now? Still a polynomial? No. Okay, because you can't have negative exponents. How about fraction exponents? Are those okay? Nope, can't have those either. So that's not a polynomial. All right. So I think that gets across the point on polynomials. It's good enough. All right. So is this a polynomial or not? Yes, it is, because all the exponents are normal. The next thing I could ask you is how many terms does it have? 1, 2, 3. That's 3 terms. Okay. So we're doing a little quick quiz here on whether or not these are up or down based on their degree and the positive or negative in the front. Okay. That's correct. Good job. Nope. What's wrong with yours? Yep, that's right. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. All right. That's about half and half on that one. All right, so here's how you do this. Where do you look to get this answer? The front. Is the front positive or negative? The front is negative, and therefore it's going down. How do I decide this one? I do that one by looking at the oddness or evenness. That's even, and therefore they're going to be the same. And therefore, all right. Next one. I start on the right. Is this one positive or negative? So it's up. Then you look at the degree to tell you this one. That's an odd degree. That means that they will both be the different ones. They won't be both the same, they'll be different. And therefore, if the other one's up, this one has to be down. So I was looking for down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. Where are my 4 answers? I hope some of you picked up what you were doing wrong. All right, let's move on. On this one, I can see the picture. It's so easy. What is it? The left side is? Right side is? Up. Those are super simple, okay? Don't even need to go through those. How about this one? Down and down, okay? And if I made a equation for it, could this possibly be right? Could that possibly be the right equation? How about this part? There's only 2 things to check, right? That and that. Could that part be right? Yes, because it's negative. That tells me it should be going down on the right-hand side, and it is. So that part's good. This odd thing, that says that they should be going opposite directions as each other. right? Are these going opposite directions? No, they're both down. So therefore, that could not be an odd one. It has to be an even degree, like a 4 or a 6 or an 8 or a 10. Okay? All right, next one. Look at this one. Tell me, on this one, should this be an odd function or an even function? It should be an odd function. Why? Because they're going opposite directions. Okay? And then, should it have a positive or a negative in front of it? It should have a positive in front of it because it's going up on the right. So if I wrote an equation like this, 4x to the 5th minus 12x minus 7, could that possibly be right? Well, there's a couple of reasons why it couldn't be. First of all, it's positive in the front. That's good. What's the next thing I should look at? This. It should be going opposite directions. Well, it is. So how could I be possibly wrong? The y-intercept, very good. What's the y-intercept on this guy? -7. What's the y-intercept on this thing? Is it -7? No. It's a +8. So if I change that to a +8, now all of a sudden, okay, there's a very real chance this could be right. Because odd means it's going opposite directions, up and down. And the fact that it's positive in front means that it's going up on the right. So that part's good. And the 8 being a y-intercept is another important thing, and it seems to be right on that. Okay, now I'd never know until I actually typed it in the calculator and graphed it. It could be the right answer, for all you know. All right, now the next part is about this increasing and decreasing stuff. Do you agree this graph is both increasing at some times and then decreasing at other times? Okay, do you get that this part right here is where it's going down or decreasing? Okay. And is there another spot where it's decreasing? Yep, at the end. Now the hard part on this for kids is describing where it's decreasing. I know if you could just draw the bit on the picture, you'd all know. Those are easy. The green parts are where it's decreasing. Because it's always as you read from left to right. Okay, so then how do I do my decreasing answers here? You write them as intervals, like something to something, and you put a parenthesis around them and a comma between them. Now how do I say this part, like right here? It starts here and it ends here. I say the x numbers of it. Okay, the x number of this is the -3.6. So it's -3.6 until where does it stop decreasing? Well, if I follow this up, it's about -1 or maybe a little less, like -0.8. And then it starts decreasing again. Would you write this other one? From here to where the heck do you stop? So you put a parentheses and a comma. Try it. Write what you think it's decreasing. This part right here. Right there. Decreasing that little zone. How would I write that? Well, where does it start decreasing? Remember, it's the x numbers of it. This is at 1, 0, so the x number of that is a 1. 1 until where does it stop? It never stops decreasing. So it keeps going to infinity. Now, some of you are going to think that that's supposed to be negative. It's not how low does it go. That would be range. It's about going from here to that direction forever. It will be decreasing always as you move to the right. So you use positive infinity. All right, let's do another one and see if you can handle this one without me. I want you to see if you can. I'm going to pick apart because otherwise there's so many parts. I want you to tell me, would you agree with me that it is decreasing right in that zone? All right, then tell me how you'd write that. What comma what? Give it a shot. Turn it. Show it. You got it. Technically, there's a decimal on the first number. You got it. 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 You can say the number itself. Your first number's off. Your first number's off. Good. 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 Nope. First number's off. Good. 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 Nope, first number's off. Okay, the first number is the one that was messed up by most people. Okay, would you agree this point down here is at 1, 0? Do you remember that I said the x numbers are what matter here? So it's from here, that's the x number, to there, that's the other x number. Okay, so I'd say from negative 2.1 to 1. That's it. Some of you tried to get really complicated with it. Don't. It's just from this x, the x of that point right there, the x of that point right there. All right, how about this? Where's it increasing? Well, there's actually two different zones where it's increasing. It is increasing this entire time. A lot of people ask, does this spot count as still increasing? Yep, it does. It's not decreasing. So we'd say this one is increasing that whole time until it hits here. So how would I say it? From way over here until it hits there. How do I write from way over there? Negative infinity. To negative 2. Because it's the x. I know what you're thinking is that this is not increasing in that zone. We consider that increasing the whole time. You have to assume that these ends are going to go forever this way and forever that way. Otherwise, you do have a good point. Technically, they should have arrows on the end to designate that. All right, and is there one more place where it's increasing? Yep, right here. Try to do that one. The green one. How would I describe that from something, comma, something? It's increasing between here and here. The important part here is that you remember where you are. Good, good, good. Yup, yup. Good. Yup, yup, yup. I'm noticing pretty much everybody getting it right. It's going from 1 to infinity because 1's the x number of it. And how far does it go this way? Infinity. It's not a matter of how far up it goes. It's a matter of, will it keep going this way? Yeah, it keeps, as long as I go to the right, it's going to keep increasing. So the farthest I can go to the right is infinity. That's why I put infinity. All right. I don't think we need to do another one of those. Yes, your assignment is just like that, and your assignment is to only do problems 1, 2, 3, and 4 off of the worksheet for today. Granted, there's multiple parts on a couple of them, but it's still pretty easy assignment. Now, I want to warn you, too, we haven't graded homework in a while, so we are going to be grading homework probably tomorrow and the next day and probably the day after that. So get your homework caught and get it done. And you, of course, should always have your homework done, but just a special reminder that we're going to have that emphasis on homework this week.